with another episode of Imperfectly Us.
Yes. Look at us.
I'm Jason.
I'm Cathy, and it's only been a week.
Not even, because we actually did last Thursday last time.
Oh, okay.
So we're ahead of the game.
We're sticking to, I promised. Last episode, I promised. We're sticking to weekly.
And this was a good day to do it.
Yes, because...
the kid is gone.
Yes, because she totally hijacked, as if you listen to episode 5, or even saw the title of episode 5, Isabella kind of hijacked the episode last time, as well as proceeded to eat really loud, crunchy snacks right by us while we were trying to wrap up the show.
She was like 4 feet from us, just snapping.
Yes, eating the cheese puffs, and quite amused, by the way. She
totally did it on purpose.
You know, she's a really sweet kid, but she definitely has our sense of humor and already has a pretty good grasp on sarcasm. Not necessarily when, like, we're being sarcastic, but she herself has a pretty good grasp on being sarcastic back. And so I think that we saw a little bit of that displayed the last time we were recording.
I feel like it's coming out more and more.
Yeah. I feel like she's matured so much. I mean, obviously over this past year and being in kindergarten, but also just, I feel like even so far as we've been off this summer.
You spend every day with her.
I do spend every day with her. Yes. It's been interesting.
You drink a lot more.
I have indulged in some adult beverages over the course of the summer, yes. In fact, I may have a spiked seltzer? Try to say that 5 times fast.
Seltzer. How many have you had?
I'm only on my first one. We've been trying to test out different ones and trying to find, like, a low point option that we also like. And they definitely range in a variety of points and a variety of prices.
Even the Trulies, different flavor ones are different points.
Yeah, some of them are 3 points, some of them are 4 points. It just kind of depends on what flavor you're drinking. And some of them I feel are really flavorful and some are not. And so kind of trying to find a low point beverage that we also enjoy. So you're a big fan of the Trulies, though.
Yes.
So I am trying Smirnoff's version, and this one's a raspberry rosé. So
the best one I've had, though, is that Cape Line. Cape Line, I think. Cape Line. That one was better than the Trulies.
Yes.
But there was like 1 or 2 flavors.
No, there were 3.
That was better than the Trulies.
Okay, so you didn't like all the flavors equally. No. But they were more points and pretty expensive too. So, but it's all good.
The seltzer game is expensive.
Yes, but yes, the summer the pool is in, and I'm on vacation and I'm enjoying my adult beverage because I am over 21. I am far, far over 21. So, those of you listeners that are under 21, if we have any, wait until you're 21.
Yeah. Why would they listen to us?
Well, apparently they are. If they just heard that message, they are listening to us. So stay in school, work hard, and don't drink until you're 21. That's the teacher in me I have to say that. I know you're looking at me like, we don't want to get into what you did when you were a young man.
No, you heard a lot of that this weekend.
I did, yeah. So we had your a barbecue with one of your friends that actually you haven't seen in quite a while.
It's about 12 years.
Yeah. And so I met for the first time. And we met his wife, and we got to see their house. And, yeah, it was a nice time. I definitely heard of some pretty crazy shenanigans that you guys have gotten into.
And you just got, like, thrusted into them, too.
Yeah, and you guys are already making plans to get together again, and I'm feeling like maybe I should start saving the deposit money from my adult beverages to start like like put it in a piggy bank in case I need to bail you out of jail.
We're older. That's not going to happen.
I certainly hope that is the case. or hope that is not the case. I'm not really sure how to answer that. I do not want to bail you out of jail. So, the shenanigans you got into when you were younger, I want to remind you that things are much more expensive now, and your body doesn't bounce back like it used to.
That's a whole nother topic about my body bouncing.
So, but yeah. So that was fun. We did that. It was hot.
Not that bad.
Well, you like to sweat. What did we decide?
I like to glisten.
No, didn't I say? Didn't we decide that women sparkle?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So
you sparkled all over my flip flops.
That's what Tim said. Women sparkle. So no, but it was good. We got to see your friend Tim, who we had dinner with a couple months back. So I had actually met him before, and your friend DJ, and yeah, you guys were like, you put the three of you together, and I can honestly say that my cheeks hurt from laughing so much when we left. I can also honestly say that you guys would have been way too wild for me when I was younger. So I'm thankful that you mellowed out a little bit. That's only what you've heard. Yeah, I don't know how much. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that statement and leave it be.
But that was like the first time meeting somebody that like, I spent like every day with.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yep.
And outside of high school. And...
Yeah. So. Oh, I can hear the ice cream truck driving by right now. It's a good thing Izzy's not home. She'd be like, ice cream!
I'll be right back.
And go, no. See, it's a good thing. We're recording an episode of Imperfectly Us. You cannot walk away to go get ice cream.
I want an ice cream, Sammy.
I know, it's kind of one of your weaknesses, is those ice cream Sammies. How have you been doing food-wise and exercise-wise and feeling-wise, all that stuff?
Today was better. I started fasting again.
Okay.
Took like a week off.
Yeah, I felt like last week I was fasting and you would like go to eat something and I'd be like, wow, your window's already done, and you just kind of would smirk at me and walk away. And now I realize you never answered me last week when I kept saying that.
If I don't respond to you,
that's
usually an answer.
That's an answer? Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Marriage 101. When your husband doesn't want to give you the answer, he just won't respond. So.
Put that in your journal.
Yeah. I've been fasting as well during the week. Not so much on the weekends. It's a lot harder to maintain on the weekend, but I feel like even during the week,
that's what it
beneficial.
Was for me last year.
So, but I'm definitely going through some weird body stuff. I'm not going to give more details than that, but some weird body stuff. And I do find too that my body's trying to adjust to it. But I do also find, and I think it's because we don't do it on the weekends, that Monday I do find myself being a little bit more ornery Monday morning, because I typically don't eat until like anywhere from like 11 to 1. So I do a 16-8 fast, which I'm not sure. Are you doing longer than that?
It depends on the day.
Okay. So, and so most of the time I'm not eating until like 11, 12, 1-ish, sometime in that time frame. And I do find Mondays to be a lot more difficult than like later on in the week. And I do find myself even having a little bit of a headache on Monday, as my body adjusts to like, because normally I get up and I work out and I drink a bunch of water and stuff like that.
You're just out of routine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll take a while to get into the routine.
I get a little hangry on Mondays.
It'll take a little bit to get in the routine of getting out of your routine.
Yeah. And then the other thing that's been difficult is because normally I can do pretty well. Like, we tend to eat dinner earlier, and then we'll have some sort of like sweet snack or whatever. And then I can start my fasting window. But with wanting to have an adult beverage sometimes in the evening, that's kind of hurt my fasting a little bit more. I'm staying within my points and everything like that, and like the one I'm trying today, according to my app, is 3 points. So I'm trying to focus on staying, within my point range and stuff like that. But it delays when I can start my window, because I was being able to eat like starting at like 10:30. And
that's early.
I know. Because
that's not even skipping breakfast. That's just pushing breakfast back.
Right. Because I would stop. And a lot of the time I'd wait until later. But then that was like a personal choice. I met my goal and then I kind of kept it going as a personal choice. But, yeah.
Which is great because after you reach that 16 hours and you haven't eaten, mm-hmm. your brain kicks in and is like, we could do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just getting to that one point.
Yes.
You want to eat, but you can't eat.
Right. And we've been doing clean fasts. So for me, that just literally means just water. That's the only thing I'm having during my fasting time.
That's right, because now I got myself hooked on black coffee.
Yeah, and so you, Mr. didn't even drink coffee a year and a half ago. Now drinks just straight up black iced coffee.
It's iced coffee. So it's the white girl yoga pant version.
But it's not, though, because most people, when they think of iced coffee, they think of it's got a ton of, like, cream and flavoring. They think of vanilla iced coffee or mocha iced coffee. This is straight black coffee over ice. So there is no sweetener in it. There's nothing. Like, you're just literally drinking straight black coffee that happens to be over ice. So when you say iced coffee, I feel like it's like it's misleading because it's
chilled. It's on the rocks.
It's black coffee. Yeah, on the rocks. There you go. So, I don't know. But yeah. I'm bouncing back and forth with the same 4 or 5 pounds. So I keep wishing every week or every time because I can't even say every week because we got a little loosey-goosey there for recording for a while, but I keep hoping that I can be like, all right, guys. I mean, I know I talked last time about how, I really, really struggled to hit that to hit under 190 before to get to that 189, and I keep hoping that one of these times we sit down to record, I can be like, all right, I did it. But I'm still not there. I'm still fighting back and forth, and it's like I'll get so close, and then I'll bounce back, and then I'll get so close, and then I'll bounce back.
And it's been so hot that it's hard to go out and exercise, walk, run, or even just exercise in the house.
Yeah, although I've done pretty well doing it almost every day. And then the other funny thing is that we've gotten in a habit. Izzy and I go for a walk with our friends in the morning, and they take their dogs, and we take our Casper. And it was really funny because Sunday morning we got up and went to breakfast, and Casper looked at us like, where the hell are you going, and why am I not going with you? He kept looking at the front door, looking at me, looking over where we keep his leash and his harness, looking at the front door, looking at his leash and harness, and looking at me. Because we left, we didn't, normally the first thing that we do is we take him for a walk in the morning. So I've at least been trying to get out and get him moving and get Izzy moving, and get myself moving. And as a result, I've been doing a lot a shorter workout video, but still trying to hit my 10,000 steps every day and make sure that my Fitbit registers that I've done exercise, so that I know that at least I'm getting out and doing something. You always tell me that something is better than nothing.
Just do something.
Just do something. So I've been doing that. And then it was funny because we got back from breakfast and we took him for that walk.
Yeah, he was pumped.
And we got to the end of the driveway and he kept looking back towards our friend's house. Being like, well, where are our friends?
We going alone?
Where are my friend dogs? My dog friends? What is happening? But so... it just really was funny because, I mean, it's only been a week of, well, maybe a little bit more, but, I mean, it was just so funny, he had totally developed a habit, and we weren't able to do it yesterday, but we did go for our walk this morning, and he was so happy. He, just smiles and wags his tail the whole time.
So, Casper tends to, what's up, bud?
Yeah, he just picked his head up and looked over at us wait, they're talking about me.
He used to leave us little presents at night.
Yeah.
No matter what time we left him out.
Yeah, so hopefully my mom's not listening because my mom's our landlord. Right. But, yeah, he, for whatever reason, for the last, year and a half-ish, when we go to bed, we let him out every night before we go to bed. He goes to the bathroom, and we let him out early in the morning because typically, during the school year, we were up at 5. And actually, right now, you're up at 5. And so we let him out And for whatever reason, like, so he goes out and he goes to the bathroom, but it's like he's angry with us in the middle of the night, and he goes to the bathroom in the middle of the living room. Sometimes it's a 1. Sometimes it's a 2.
Sometimes it's a
combo? 3.
No,
not a 3. Not a 3.
Don't want a 3.
A 1 and a 2. In this case, does not equal 3. Just a 1 and a 2. And it's not like he did it once Izzy was born. I mean, Izzy's 6.5. It's not like he did it once we moved into this house. We lived here for a year and had no issues. It's just something randomly that he started to do like a year and a half ago. And it wasn't every night. And it's not every night.
Otherwise, you'd be at the doctor.
Well, yeah. And when our friend Mallory comes and watches him, like when we go out of town, like I know he's done it on occasion for her, but for us, it's more of a rare occurrence for him not to do it. And when she's here, it's more of a rare occurrence for him to do it. But we noticed with the whole him out walking and being active with us outside by the pool and everything, and we don't know if it's that and like the extra time he's spending with us, or if it's because we've been leaving, we have these string lights hanging in our living room that we've been leaving those on at night. But he's only done it one time in the last week and a half.
We have to find a good day where you do a lot with him, and then leave those lights off. Yeah, because
so the day that he did it was the day that we were gone at your friend's barbecue. So we were gone. And Izzy was at your dad and stepmom's and baking cookies with your sisters. And so Izzy...
and I turned the light off.
And we turned the light off. So we don't know... Yeah. Was it because he was by himself most of the day and so he was angry about that? Was it because...
He likes to do it in the dark.
He likes to do it in the dark. And I don't know. Parenting is hard even when it's to a fur child. And he's just staring us down the whole time. We're it was why? When Izzy will be like, don't tell people that.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone that. Being more easily embarrassed. But yeah, he's kind of staring us down right now. So that's kind of our current, our human child has been doing really well.
It's been all right last week.
Our fur child is quite the mystery. So I don't know what that says about us as parents, because we can't figure this out.
We're imperfect.
That's true. And we're us.
Oh, hey, that's a given.
There you go. What do you know? So,
you went to the water park yesterday.
I did, yeah. We went to the water park / the wave pool, really is what it is, with a bunch of my family. So, the weather wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. And on the plus side, because the weather wasn't great, it wasn't super, super busy there.
Seems like every year we've gone, the weather's not great.
I know. I think we've only had...
But it was usually, cold.
Except I feel like the one year you came, the weather was really nice. Because I think you've only come with us once. We've been doing this every year for, I want to say, at least 5 years. Or close to that. And I feel like the year you came, the weather was nice.
I'm trying to remember my anxiety.
So I think you just need to start coming again because, although you had to work this year, because yeah, it was on and off raining. The sun did come out a little bit, and on the plus side, if you're at a water park and you're getting there's a slight drizzle, you're already wet, you can't really tell. But yeah, so we were at the water park, and it was fun. I was surprised though. Being there. So at one point, Izzy and I were over, they have a kids section, which is really, really fun, where they've got these little water slides, and a little ways over from that, they've got kind of like the splash pad thing where they've got the water shooting up from the ground. But over in the kids section, they've got one of those big buckets that fills up and spills over, and they've got these different slides and these different areas where water comes out. And at one point, Izzy and I were the only people over there. But at other points, there were kids over there that, and I always feel like maybe my perspective's a little skewed because Izzy's 6.5, but she really looks like she's 8 or 9 because of how tall she is. But these kids looked younger than Isabella. And at one point there were a good amount of kids over there, but there were very few parents. And I guess
how far were you from her?
I was probably within, I didn't get up on the play structure with her and stuff like that or go down the slides with her, but I was standing on the outskirts the whole time watching her. And for a long time, I was kind of walking around as she moved to different areas. And then later when it was just us, I guess at that point I loosened the reins a little bit and just sat down at the edge and then kind of kept my eye on her all the way around, like as she was going, so I couldn't see her every second, but I was over there with her. But yeah, it seemed like there were kids that were younger than her that were going around by themselves. And I guess I've kind of joked before that, like, how you microchip your dog?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that I totally wish I could microchip my kid, but I don't.
They're actually doing that in Sweden right now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But, like,
you want to move to Sweden?
They have, like, your credit card info in there.
Oh.
Your social security.
You don't have to worry about losing your wallet.
Right.
I guess.
Fast pass.
Fast pass to life. Or fast pass to debt. I don't know.
Debt?
Probably. Like, scan your hand and you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll buy that. No big deal. But I think I'm a really overprotective mom.
Or not overly protective.
Like, am I a helicopter mom?
That's the word I was looking for. I was like, hover. You...
And at what point is
with
it
the
like...
world today...
Is it being a helicopter mom, or is it being, like, a diligent mom? Like, my kid's 6. It's not like she's 10. She's 6. We're
also behind the 8 ball because she still has a little bit of vocal issues.
Yeah, so those of you that don't know, which is really why it's like extra exciting when Isabella gets on and does the podcast with us, is that Izzy has a pretty significant speech delay. And she works with a speech therapist twice a week during the school year to improve upon that. And she's made leaps and bounds improvement over the last couple of years, but especially over this past year. Like, the fact that she's such a strong reader is really remarkable because there are still sounds that she struggles to even say. But yeah, is it that? Is it being so overprotective because of the fact that
happen,
she
can't really tell us or tell anybody?
Yeah, for a long time she couldn't, we would understand her for the most part, but other people wouldn't.
She at least knows our names now.
She knows her name, she knows her address.
She calls us Cathy and Jason all the time.
Actually, she calls me Catherine.
Only when you're in trouble.
Oh, well, so apparently she's taking a note out of Gigi's book.
Yes.
But yeah.
she...
So I don't know. Like, is it being a girl mom? Like,
being
would I feel
mom.
different if I was a mom of a boy? Would I feel different if I just wasn't me? I don't know.
I'm like that, though, when I'm with her at, like, the park or something.
Yeah, and you don't even really like us going to... you're very overprotective. But you don't even really like us going to, like...
Target, Meijer.
Yeah, the grocery store by ourselves. Or the mall by ourselves. And I don't know. Like, because here's the other thing. So, like, Isabella, for kindergarten, they had a special door that they exited out of, and they didn't let your kindergartner, if your kindergartner was a walker, they didn't let them leave, like, unless they had visual on the parent. And I don't know what first grade's going to be like, because obviously this is our first child, it's our first time doing it. But, like, when we walk home, there's a lot of kids that are walking home by themselves. And I guess it's hard for me to even imagine ever being to the point where I feel comfortable for her to do that. Like, does it get easier as they get older and more mature? Or, because I certainly don't want to set our kid up to have our insecurities and our anxieties. And... I love you, but you are somebody... I tend to see the best in people.
I love you too.
And you tend to see... Like, you tend to go to the negative situation. Like,
because I think most people are bad.
You go worst case scenario, and you innately... I was talking with my hands again. You innately tend to think that people are bad, and I innately tend to think that people are good, sometimes kind of to a fault. But, so I certainly don't want... I don't want to give Izzy our issues or our complexes, and I want her to see the world with her own,
the problem
her
is
own
that
decision making. But it's a scary world.
We've seen the world change.
Yes. The world that we grew up in is not the world
Right.
that exists today.
Which is why I think we're more overprotective.
Okay. I mean, and maybe too it would be different if she was a boy. Maybe too it would be different if we had more than one kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because then at least you feel like typically they've got that other one there with them. But I don't know. Because being a teacher, too, the last thing I want to be is a helicopter mom. Or a mom that, like, is like, dude, lady, like, loosen the reins a little bit. Like, I don't want to be that parent. And I don't, like, I'm perplexed. I don't know.
Can't help you.
I know. Because you'd keep her locked in a room if you could.
Oh, yeah,
you might even be even more protective.
Her.
Like, I'm a little bit more, like I let her go on a motorcycle ride with my stepdad, which you were freaking out about.
I did a lot of cleaning in that 15 minutes.
You stress cleaned the cabin up north. But it was one of those things that, like, he's a great driver. He's been riding a motorcycle forever. If we were going to let her go on a motorcycle ride, he'd be the person to do it.
But it wasn't.
I used to go on a motorcycle when I was little with my dad.
I did too.
And you probably did too. And you did all, like, it's shocking that you even survived your childhood, so we don't even want to go there. But, like, I had a pretty safe childhood, and I rode a motorcycle when I was little.
It wasn't about who was driving.
It was just the fact that she was on a motorcycle, and you couldn't control it.
I couldn't control her.
Yes. And she had a great time, and she was awesome, and people were actually, I can't remember who said it, but they're like, wow, yeah, I was surprised that you let her go, and it was like, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me that was the issue, it was Jason. Like, it was her dad that was like, he stress cleaned, and to the point where I was like, well, shit, what can I get him stressed out about at home so he'll stress clean the house?
Whenever you get me angry is when it happens.
Well, then I clearly don't get you angry enough. Frequently enough, because our house has not been nearly as clean as I would like it. So, although
Are you trying to fight right now?
No, I've been doing my best to really try to stay on. Being that I'm home right now, trying to stay on top of the house a little bit more, in terms of keeping it clean. But yeah, I guess I feel like let me make a note to myself. Where's my Post-it notepad? When I need the house clean, make Jason stressed and angry. Except then I have to deal with you stressed and angry. Yeah. So it's like a catch-22. I would just be better off cleaning the house myself.
Would you?
Huh. You say that, but the house has been pretty darn clean since I've been home this summer.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And yeah. So, anyway, apparently I'm a hover mom.
The times.
Yeah. And maybe it'll change as she gets older. She is communicating so much better. So.
I guess when she's 10, we loosen up a little bit.
That wouldn't make promises.
And then at like 11, we pull him back in. Because that's when she'll probably get a little boy crazy.
Yes. Luckily, that doesn't seem to interest her yet, even though some of the kids in her class are a little boy or girl crazy. I've asked her, and she looked at me like I was insane. And
she was like, the older boy. I was like, you stay away from that older boy.
That older boy wanted me to be his girlfriend, and we're like, what older boy? At Latchkey. I told him no, and we're like, yeah, you told him no. You keep remembering that.
Boys are the devil.
You said it, not me. You can speak from experience, though, so. Darn straight. But yeah. So, I don't know. It's been a good summer. It's going by really, really fast. Like, too quickly. It's been really hot, too. And actually, we're almost, if we're going to stick to our half an hour, we're almost out of time. So, I know.
You had a healthy hack.
Yes, actually. So, my healthy hack.
Healthy hack!
This time is not an actual product. It is 2-ingredient dough.
Which is 2 products.
Which is actually technically 2 products. So if you take equal parts flour and non-fat plain Greek yogurt, you can make a dough out of it. And that's what we did tonight for dinner. It is really hot here, and we don't have air conditioning. And so we have our little window units, but it's not enough. And so it's way too hot to turn on the oven. And so we got out our pizza stones, and you turned on the grill, and we made the 2-ingredient dough, and then you found that it works better if you let it chill for a little while in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it was hot. I just wanted to eat, so I cooled it down as quick as possible.
But then we threw it on the grill, and we made pizza. So we've made pizza with them before. We've made, like, garlic knots. You made pretzels once.
You were talking about putting the dough in the fridge, not my pizza.
Yeah, the dough.
They both went in the fridge.
They did, because you were very excited to eat.
But I made the dough, and then I let it sit for like an hour and a half.
So equal parts of the flour and the Greek yogurt, the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and then you recommend that you throw it in the fridge and let it sit before you work with it. And yeah, you can make all sorts of different things.
Wrap around
and so so a half a cup of flour is 6 points. So depending on what toppings you put. So today we each made our own pizza, and it was an 8-point pizza, and it was delicious. And so my healthy hack, this time is not an actual product, but the 2-ingredient dough. And actually, if you're on Instagram, I recommend that you follow the person that has the 2-ingredient dough Instagram page, because she posts a bunch of different ideas. And it's always funny because it's like from the dough's perspective, which is amusing to me. I don't know, I chuckle at things like that. But, I mean, they've made and you've made pretzels, but they've done like sweet treats with them. They've done savory things. And so if you want some different ideas, because you can use it for a bunch of different stuff.
I made that.
You can follow her on Instagram.
I made that calzone. Yeah,
we've done calzones. That was good. I feel like there's other stuff that we've done, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's definitely, like, you got to kind of finesse it, and, like, it definitely helps by putting it in the refrigerator, because otherwise it gets really sticky. And then you use saran wrap, because obviously
on the roller,
if you use flour on the roller, you got to start to think about the fact that you're adding more points to your thing. And so that would be my healthy hack. And it's perfect because tonight, in fact, we had that for dinner with our grilled pizza.
So it's fresh. Delicious. So I usually do this thing with Cathy that I've actually saved up for last week. And I'm sure she's noticed that I stopped asking her, did you know? Or did you hear?
Oh my God.
So I am turning that into a little segment if we're going to do this weekly podcast.
Is this, like, meant to make me feel silly? Like, what's the intent behind this did you know?
To fill your mind with all my useless knowledge.
Oh, God. You know that this is we're supposed to keep this as a short podcast.
Yeah.
Which we are already over the 30-minute threshold that we were trying to hit. But go ahead, hit me with your did you knows. I think I feel as though I need to take a drink of my...
I got 3 of them.
Adult beverage.
Did you know?
I'll do the first one because it's quick.
Okay.
Did you know that space smells like seared steak?
What?
And astronauts say that when they come back in from, space, that it smells like seared steak.
I feel like that can't be a good thing.
Did you ever have seared steak?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But that scent has to come from somewhere. Are they sure that their, like, insides are not...
melting
or something like that? Like, I feel like that's not a good sign. But no, I didn't know that, and now I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time eating steak the next time we eat steak. So thanks for that.
Next time we eat steak, think of space.
I don't think I want to.
Pringles are not chips.
What do you mean they're not chips?
Here, I have a Pringle container for you.
Yeah, I wondered why you grabbed a Pringle container.
See if it says chips anywhere on there.
No, they're potato crisps.
Do you know why that is?
Nope, I don't. But I'm sure you're going to tell me, because apparently that's what this segment is all about.
They're it's pressed dehydrated potato flakes.
As opposed to, like, slices of potato.
Yes.
Why?
It's all like the runoffs.
I feel like you need to do more research on that. I want to know why. Not right now.
I have it pulled up right here.
Oh, but... so, like, is it...
Because it makes them less greasy.
Okay, so it's not like it's the potato chip, like, extras that they then make into potato crisps called Pringles. It's just a way that they do it so it's less greasy.
Yes.
I mean, they aren't greasy by any means, but... Alright, hit me with the third one.
So does Izzy ever ask you weird questions?
Yeah, she's your child. Of course she
Okay.
asks me weird questions. Hence, someday she'll probably be doing a segment like this to me.
This is the last one, okay?
I feel if you could only see the gleam in his eye as he says this.
Kids ask 300 questions a day.
Yeah, why do you think I'm so exhausted?
That's
Because
on average.
I know, but not only am I a mom, but I'm a teacher. Do you know how many questions I hear? I come home, and this is why when you ask me these did you knows during the school year,
You're like,
I'm not listening to you.
it's true.
My brain has already shut off. It's like if there's a question mark at the end of your statement, I'm not hearing it. My brain has filtered it out.
My brain filters you out.
I know. Trust me. Don't get me started on that.
So some of the oddball questions that they get, the most often asked questions.
Okay.
Why is water wet?
Okay.
And what are shadows made of?
Would it be an appropriate time to tell you that I have heard high school students in the last year of my students talking about, is water wet?
Isn't that the same?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
question as that, but I've heard it's not small children that contemplate that
Well, it's
question.
just kids.
It's also high school students. I've heard them ask that question to each other and have a full-fledged conversation about it.
Is it?
I don't know. I zoned it out.
Has Izzy ever asked one of these questions to you?
No. She has
Anything
not
like it?
asked. I don't think so. Her things are more like, God, there was a whole conversation one day about Casper and why he was doing something or wasn't doing something, and it was like, because he's a dog, because he's in the back seat with you, because mom's in the front seat, because he can't reach me, because it was like a whole string on, but I don't feel like it's been anything crazy like these things. You're the only one that says crazy things like this to me.
I'm going to start feeding it to her.
She asks me enough questions every day. I really don't need you to supply her with any extras.
You're going to get a random question from her and you're like, Jason!
Yeah, just like whenever you or her makes a dad joke, I just groan and say, ugh, dad joke, and then I walk away.
Do you know she's taken to mom jokes? Whenever you make a joke, whenever you say something and people laugh, I'm not going to call them jokes because you're not funny.
Wow.
But she calls them mom
You can
jokes.
contemplate how funny I am while you're sleeping on the couch tonight. Yeah, we'll go with that.
So, she calls them mom jokes.
Huh. No, I haven't noticed that, but I'm going to have to pay attention now. And I am funny, thank you very much. You don't think I'm funny.
make me
You
chuckle
apparently
sometimes.
don't understand my sense of humor. But sometimes I'm funny.
Sometimes you're funny.
Yes. Yeah. Can't believe you just called me not funny.
Funny
on
sometimes.
air.
Funny sometimes. How about
To
that?
all of our listeners. I feel as though you should sleep on the couch tonight and contemplate the humor of the situation.
I will sleep in the pool.
Right. Yeah. The good news is I think you'll wake up when you roll off the raft.
Or will I pee because my hand's in the water?
I don't know, but I don't like that idea. I'm gonna mom veto that one, or wife veto, whatever it would be.
So on that note, thank you for listening to Imperfectly Us.
And sorry, next time we will do our best to keep it at a half an hour. But we do appreciate you joining us. I know, but
It's in the 30s.
it's in the 30s. We're moving in the right direction. But we do appreciate you joining us, especially since you just listened to us last week. But we're back.
Thank you for choosing to listen to us.
Yes. And so don't forget that you can subscribe on Google Play and Apple Podcasts. And you can rate us. Let us know, if there's anything you want us to discuss. I don't know. Let us know. Maybe you have a good did you know. Maybe you can stump
Yes.
Jason with a did you know.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Now I'm going to get flooded.
Yeah, because we have a very large
Oh no, it's going to be like
audience,
3 people. And it's going to be like 100
they're just gonna
things.
flood you with a bunch of stuff. So, but like I said, with the healthy hack, if you're on Instagram, take a look at, it's at the number 2 ingredient dough, I think is the tag.
What's your Instagram?
Huh?
What's your Instagram? Because you always share this stuff anyway.
My Instagram is at Bella Bugs Mama. So Bella Bugs Mama. MOMMA 13, our family number. So Bella Bugs Mama. Because Izzy's nickname was Bella Bug. That's why. I mean, you know that, but
yes.
They might not know that. So, all right, now we literally got, now we are into the 40s.
Let's try to do another one next week.
Yeah, because actually I did want to talk, and I'll have to make a note of this, but Izzy had to make a really tough decision today, and so I want to have a conversation about, like, supporting your kids in decision-making, or what's too difficult of a decision to ask your kids to make, but we just don't have time for it today. So that'll be on the docket for next week.
Hopefully you're in town.
Yeah, we're on baby watch now. My sister, who's in Texas, is due at the beginning of August, so it could be any time now. But hopefully we'll get another episode in before we go. So thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Imperfectly Us. I'm Cathy.
Jason.
Subscribe and like and share. Talk to you soon.